Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS display property, and we'll be discussing about the display property along with some things you have to know about it. The display property in HTML CSS, we have discussed about this previously in our HTML playlist also, but I just want to talk about some of the things you have to know again briefly. You can check our HTML inline, yes, HTML inline element or our HTML block element playlist to be able to understand everything concerning this I'm trying to talk about now, because I just want to touch base a little on it again so that we can be able to work faster and move to another level quickly. So the display property in HTML CSS, the display property specifies if or how an element is displayed. Every HTML element has a default display value depending on what type of element it is. The default display value for most elements is block or inline element. So I'm going to show you how all this works. Back to our document. This is our document right here. We are having this, which is our block element, and we are having this line also, which is our inline element. So this inline element can allow any other element by its left side or right side, anywhere you want to add any element, and they are all going to take the normal space. They will not take more than the width they are occupying right here. But this display block of element right here, this block element is never going to allow any other element to stay by its side, either the left or the right. But this inline will allow any element, if you want to add by the left or by the right, they can stay along the same line. So I want to show you the reason, some trick now. Let's say for instance now this h1 element, now we just write hello by its side right here. If you never let it stay by its side, you are going to see. But this one, if we write, let me save it now first. Let's reload. Keep looking at the side of this one. Can you see? Nothing appears here. The thing that's supposed to appear here, it appears here. Can you see? So this one of display of inline right here. Now let's remove this from here. So let's write hello inside this immediately after this span element. Let's write hello there. Maybe it's going to display it. Let's reload. Can you see? Now this one allow other element by it at the right side right here. Can you see? Immediately we are able to add another element along that same line. So I want you to be aware of that. So those are the part of the benefit of using what? Of using inline elements and the block elements. So there is other thing I have to show you again. Again, what I want to show you now is that I want to show you block or inline element. I want to show you some scope right here. All these elements you are seeing along these block elements here, they will never allow any other element to stay beside them, either from the left side or at the right side. A block level element always starts on a new line and takes up the full width available, stretches out to the left and right as far as it can. The div element is a block element, block level element. Example of the div element is this. H1 also, H1 tag to H6 tag is also a block level element. Form element also is also a block level element. Header is also a block level element. Footer is also a block level element. Section is also a block level element. And again, the inline element. The inline element does not start on a new line and only takes up as much width as necessary. This is an inline element. The span element is an inline element. We can use it for different things. The span element, this is an inline span element inside a paragraph. As you can see, this span element is good, it's an inline element. A anchor tag is an inline element, and this image tag is also an inline element. So I'm going to show you how all this works together and form something else. I've showed you how you can recognize the block element and the inline element by carrying just little text, paste it by the side of the element, you are going to know that either this one is a block element, or if it don't allow you to, if you don't see the text by the side, definitely you should know that that is a block element. But if you paste anything by this side of this thing now, like this, and you reload your document, and you notice that the thing shows, definitely this is a block, this is an inline element, it's not a block element. So like, let me show you another element that can allow us to paste anything by the side, like this link element. Now if you write this now, let's just write link. When you write link now, this link is coming to this side immediately, it's not going to jump to a new line at all. Let's reload now. Can you see? Can you see the link come up? Because it's an inline element also, it allows something either by the left, right here, we can paste things, and it's going to appear. Let's reload. Can you see the hello that we paste beside our link, and the hello that we paste beside our display? So everything, can you see our display is here, the hello we paste there is this, our link is here, the hello we paste there is this. When we save our document and reload, we are able to see them as we paste them there. Can you see? That's what they call inline element. But this one will never allow anything beside it at all. Let's paste something beside this h1 now. If it's going to show it, you are going to see it's just going to rearrange the document. Can you see? That thing creates another paragraph itself, because this block element never allow it to stay by its side at all. So I'm not an Englishan, but I just have to explain this in a reasonable manner for you guys, so you guys can be able to understand it very well. So I think you guys can catch the scope behind all this now. So whatever element you write, only write it. If you want to write anything element that you want it to go along with this block element, only write it inside the block element itself. You understand? Just remove this one out of here and write it inside this one, then it's going to work in that way. Can you see the yellow is now working? But if you write it beside, outside of this element, it's never going to stay there, it's going to, can you see? So that's the main thing you have to know. So I think I've explained this very well for you guys. Some people can have difficulties in understanding this, so anywhere you find yourself, you should understand that this is an inline, or this is a block. A block element can never allow another element beside it, but inline element can allow other elements beside it, and they will never take more than the space they have already specified for them as default. So that's it. And what akorede is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.